Can you hear me now? Let's go with the weak back rank. Again, in this position, let's go back to the original position. We know that both white and black are in the weak back rank. Then how can black take advantage of the white weak back rank? The queen is protecting the first rank by blockading to f1. Then also here, white black can remove the defender, the queen, because the queen, that is the only defender of white, by blockading at f1. Then after queen takes b2, rook d1, checkmate. Then if queen d3, this is the last option for white, because passively the black can fall in the trap. Rook takes d3, which is blunder. After rook c8, then white take advantage of the black weak back rank. Rook d8, rook takes d8, checkmate. That's why queen d3, that is the white last option. But black will check to a1, then queen f1, queen takes c3. Black is one piece up. Correct, Carl Jan. Queen b2 is the best move, because queen b2, that is removing the defender, the queen that defend the f1 by blockading in the first rank. Let's go to the next puzzle. The black rook at a1 is penetrating along the first rank. In this position, white has weak back rank. We can take advantage of the white weak back rank by increasing the pressure along the first rank by queen e1. Excellent move. After queen e1, white cannot capture the queen because of rook takes e1, check. Queen f1, rook takes f1, checkmate. That's why after queen e1, white can simply move rook gf3. Again, increasing the protection at rook f1. After this, black has excellent move. Queen takes c1. Rook takes c1 is wrong, because after rook takes c1, white can simply play h3. Then black needs to save the queen. After queen move to b4, white can capture back the rook. White is better because exchange up. That's why after queen e1, rook gf3, black simply capture the bishop at c3 with queen. And white will capture the queen. Otherwise, the queen will move to b2, or black is one piece up. After rook takes c1, rook takes c1, rook f1, or bishop d1. After rook f1, then rook e1. After h3, rook takes f1. 3 pieces for a queen. After rook c1, check, bishop d1, then check again to e1. Rook f1 force. After rook f1, rook takes f1, check, queen takes f1, knight e4. Decisive. The threat is rook takes d1, queen takes d1, followed by knight f2. Let's move to the next puzzle. How can white take advantage of the black weak background? Black uncastled king. Because the d7 that is controlled by knight at e5. And here white has overwhelming advantage. White has many winning moves, but which is the decisive one? Good evening to Jericho. Thank you for watching us. Knight takes f7. Knight takes f7, no, because after knight takes f7, black simply captured the queen on a6. Knight takes f7. Here, white to play and win. Rook takes b2. Correct. The best move is rook takes b2. If queen takes a6, then rook takes d8 check. The king cannot move to d7 because of knight at e5. After queen c8, rook takes c8 checkmate. After rook takes b2, if queen takes b2, queen c6 check. King d8, knight f7 checkmate. Let's move to the next puzzle. How can white take advantage of the black weak background? Even black played h6, still in the weak back rank because the h7 is controlled by bishop at e4. Rook takes b2. There is hanging rook at e3 and weak back rank. The rook at f1 is penetrating to f8. This one, find the best move for white. If you have answered, just comment your answer in our comment section, then I will check. Rook f7, not the best move, because after rook f7, the threat is queen takes g7. Or even queen g8 is okay. Not rook f7. Queen d2 is correct, because again, black has weak back rank. Then the queen, that is the only piece that defend the back rank, the 8th rank. Therefore, we can play queen d2. This one is removing the defender. Also double attack, because attacking the rook at e3. After queen d2, if queen takes d2, checkmate. Very good. Then what if rook d3? After rook d3, white simply capture the rook, exchange up. Then after queen d4 check, then queen f2. Then easy win for white. Let's move to the next puzzle. This one, find the best move for black. There are two ways to win here. You're welcome, Sir Jake Prisdelia. You know, this page is for all our chess players, even the beginners and the starters in chess. Here, if you check at d1, white will simply move rook f1. Then, if you capture, then queen takes. Black gets nothing. Remember, there is hanging bishop at f7. Queen f5. Queen f5 here. This one is blunder. The rook can simply capture the queen. Or queen c4. The queen still capture the queen. Not queen f5. Queen c4, the queen will capture the queen if you check. Then rook f1. Queen a7. This one, black to move. Black to move. Find the best move for black. Queen a2. Then what is the threat? Rook takes g2. This one is not the best idea here. After this move, even bishop takes e6. After bishop takes e6, if you check, rook f1. Then if you want to attack the rook, then bishop c4. Here, one of the best move here is to play bishop c7. What is the threat? The threat is rook d1 check, after rook f1, then queen d6, multiple threat, capturing the queen, checkmating at h2. After bishop c7, if bishop takes e6, then check, rook f1, queen d6. The threat is queen takes h2, checkmate, queen takes a6. Then after queen takes d6, checkmate. Let's move to puzzle number 8. This one, black to move. How can black take advantage of the active black pieces along the second rank? Also, here, white king is in the weak back rank. Even white move pawn at g3, still the g2 square is controlled by knight. Rook takes f2. Rook takes f2 is brilliant, very good. Rook takes f2. Then after rook takes queen, rook takes f1, checkmate. If rook takes f2, now we go to the tapping, weak back rank. Now we can attack the white king along the first rank, check. After rook f1, checkmate. After rook f2, there is a 3-king continuation. After knight e7, then king f8 force. We cannot capture the knight, blunder. Or sorry, this one also okay. Also okay. After rook takes e7, if check here, the queen can still capture. Queen takes e8. After rook takes e7, if rook takes f2, queen c1, check. queen d1, capture this one, checkmate. Let's move to the next one. This one is interesting. How can white take advantage of the uncoordinated black pieces? Again, this one, white. Find the best move for white. How can white take advantage of the black uncoordinated chess pieces? Good evening to correct. Queen c8. This one, queen c8. After queen c8, if rook takes c8, then rook takes c8, then bishop f8 force. After bishop takes f8, there is bishop c5 threat, and white gets more than queen after bishop f5 because the black queen cannot be saved. After rook b8, bishop c5 check. The black rook can capture the white rook at c8, but white capture back the queen with interest, with extra bishop. Correct. Queen c8. Then after knight f6, then white can simply remove the knight, removing the defender. Again, the threat is knight takes f6, bishop takes f6, queen takes e8. Then after rook takes c8, the same thing. Earlier, rook takes c8. After rook be7, then bishop takes e7, queen takes e7, knight takes f6 check, bishop takes f6, then the queen move back to c2. And white is exchange up. Let's move to the next one. Sorry, this one is black remove. I'll find the best move for black. Bishop h3. If bishop h3, then what if captured? Then you capture the knight. Then bishop g2. Then what should you do if you capture the opponent? c3. Then queen takes c3, bishop takes c3. All here looks good for black, but not the best continuation. Before bishop h3, you need to move something. But the idea is to play bishop h3, yes, but not the first move. What if rook takes a4? Rook takes a4. What if white reply rook takes a4 also? Capture, then rook takes a4. What's next? Yes, bishop h3. This one, Josh, answer bishop h3 first. But this is not the first move. Because again, after bishop takes h3, queen takes f3, bishop g2. Remember, if the rook at a1 is at a4, then you can play queen d1 check. Here you cannot check at d1 because there is rook at a1. Therefore, the first thing you need to do is to eliminate the rook at a1. How can you eliminate the rook at a1? You can eliminate by moving rook takes a4 first. After rook takes a4, then white will play rook takes a4. Now the back rank is weak. Now the rook at a1 no longer defend the first rank. Now it's the time to play bishop h3. The threat is bishop takes g2 checkmate. If knight h4, queen e1, bishop f1, checkmate. Then after bishop takes h3, queen f3 check. The bishop will move to g2, then queen d1. The rook at a1 no longer defend the d1 square. Bishop f1, then checkmate. Another response after bishop h3, bishop takes h3, queen f3. If king g1, then bishop takes c3. The threat is bishop d4 checkmate. The queen at b4 cannot defend the d4, therefore forced to capture the bishop. Then queen takes queen. White has decisive advantage because of the exposed king plus material advantage. Queen is better than bishop and 2 pawns. Let's move to the next puzzle. Here, white play knight e6. Is this good idea for white? This move is tactically blundered. The question now is, how can black take advantage of, after rook takes e6, rook takes e6. Now white is in the weak back rank. How can black take advantage of this position? By the way, thank you for all the 8 viewers who are watching and solving the chess puzzles. Knight h5, no. After g5, queen g3, yes. Otherwise, if white don't pin the pawn at g5 simply capture the rook at f4. Then h4, correct. After h4, then rook takes h4. But not knight h5, because knight h5 is 1. After knight h5, then even queen e1 or check first. Check first. The same thing. After knight h5, even queen e1. Because the threat is rook f1. Therefore, white need to defend the f1. After rook takes h4, the best move here is queen f5. After queen f5, rook e1. Then knight g4. The threat is queen f1 checkmate. Also, g takes h4. Let's move to the next puzzle. Here, how can white take advantage of the black weak back rank? Correct. Rook takes e8. After rook takes e8, queen takes e8. Then queen a4. Again, removing the defender, the queen. Queen takes a4 is blunder because rook b8. Check. Queen e8. Rook takes e8 checkmate. After queen a4, the black best move is to capture the pawn at g2. King takes g2, queen g6 check, king h1. White is winning because of extra rook. Let's move to the next puzzle. How can you take advantage of the exposed king, weak back rank, and weak dark squares of the black? Queen e5 is this one is the running move. Queen e5. Again, how can white take advantage of the black weak dark squares, also weak back rank? Now again, this one, find the best move for white. Now, anyone? Or how can white take advantage of the black weak dark squares? Also, exposed king, also the weak back rank. Rook e8. After rook e8, queen f6. And black is okay. Then if you play rook c8, rook b8, or rook e8, planning to play queen e8, black will respond rook e7. Black is the one control the open e file. This one, rook e8, not the best move for white. Because here, you can force the black to capture the rook at e7, but leads to checkmate in h8. The logical move here is queen e5. This one is the normal or logical move here. And king g8, this one is bad move at first sight because of rook e8. If king h6, then check. Queen f4. If the king go back to g7, queen takes f7 check. This one, white is totally winning. After queen e5 check, king f8. This is an interesting position because if you check immediately to h8, the king will capture the rook. If you watch our live stream last time, we tackle about removing the defender by eliminating the square. Here, what is the defense of black after queen h8? The defense of black after queen h8 is king e7. This one, king e7. Our topic last time is removing the defender. Therefore, we can move the queen to f6 first. Because the defense of black after queen h6, queen h8 is king e7. Once the e7 is occupied by black rook or queen, then the king cannot escape to e7, checkmate at h8. Queen f6, brilliant. After queen f6, the threat is queen f7, checkmate. How can black defend queen h7 checkmate? Only by capturing the rook or queen e8. The best move for black, queen e8. But after queen e8, rook takes e8, king takes e8. White simply exchange up queen versus rook. Let's move to the next puzzle. Here, white and black both have weak background. White has weak background, also the black. But in this position, white to move. And which background is weaker? Sorry, this one is black to move. Here, black to move. And which background is weaker? The background from white. Find the best move for black. Sorry. Anyone can answer in our live stream. By the way, thank you again for the viewers. For our 8 loyal viewers as of now. How can black take advantage of the white weak back rank? We know that after queen f1 check, the rook simply capture the queen, and you cannot capture the rook. You cannot checkmate because the rook at f8 also pin along the 8th rank. Therefore, queen f1 is not effective because the rook at f8 is pinned along the 8th rank. But how can black take advantage of the white weak back rank? Rook d2. After rook d2, check, queen takes. Then white can play h3 now. After h3, black gets nothing. Not rook d2. Not also queen f1. Because queen f1 again, rook takes f1. the black cannot checkmate at f1 because the rook at f8 is pinned along the 8th rank, pinned to the king. Not rook d2 also. Not queen f1, check, not rook d2. Here, black can take advantage of the white weak back rank by capturing first the rook at e8. Then queen takes e8. After queen takes e8, the queen at e8 is hanging. For the meantime, black cannot capture the queen because of his weak back rank also. Capturing the queen is blunder, lead to checkmate. But before you capture the queen, you need the escape route. After queen takes e8, good move is h6. After h6, now the threat of black is to capture the queen. Rook takes e8, then after rook takes e8, the king will move to h7. Also, queen f1 check. After rook takes f1, rook f1 checkmate, depending on the white response. If white save the queen with queen e4, rook f1 check, rook takes f1, rook f1 checkmate. After h6, if queen e2, queen takes e2, rook takes e2, the f1 now is free. Rook f1 checkmate. Then after h6, if h3, then rook takes queen. Rook takes queen, king h7. White is winning because of exchange of queen versus rook. Let's move to the next puzzle. This one is very famous puzzle. This game between former world champion Robert James Fischer against Reshevsky, a very famous tassel position. Again, this position is very famous. Uh, this game, this game was played by former world champion Robert James Fischer against Reshevsky. Uh, before before this position, White last move. White last move. White last move King G1. Sorry, this one. After King G1, how do you punish this position? The White last move is King G1. because king g1 is bad move. The best defense here is queen b5, simply protecting the rook. Because white white thought that after king g1, the threat at f7 is decisive. But white simply overthink of the black best move or black response. Queen d4 correct. Queen d4 is correct, not queen e3. Because queen e3, you block the rook. Because after queen e3, the rook will move to f4, simply blockading the check. Now, the difference between queen d4 and queen e3 is that queen d4, the rook can check to e1. After rook f2, if you check, rook f1, and black gets nothing. That's why after king g1, queen d4 is correct. Yes, because after rook f2, the rook can check to e1. Checkmate. After queen d4 check, king h1 force. After king h1, queen f2. Decisive. White cannot capture the queen at f2 because of rook e1 check. Rook f1 checkmate. After king g1, queen d4, king h1, queen f2, rook g1, then rook e1. Checkmate is unavoidable. After rook takes rook, queen takes e1 checkmate. Let's move to the next puzzle. The next puzzle is also very famous in weak background. Great job, Sir Vincent. Correct. Queen d4, king h1, queen f2. Great. Correct. The same thing with Josh. How can black take advantage of the white weak background? If you check with queen e1, white simply play queen f1 and black gets nothing. So again, this position is black to move. And the topic is about weak background. rook takes a3. Correct, rook takes a3. Rook takes a3 is the best move. This one, eliminating the defender. Remember, the queen is the defender in the back rank because of queen f1. The rook also is the defender in the first rank. If queen capture, this one, remove the defense of queen f1. After queen e1, decisive. Rook takes queen, rook takes rook, checkmate. Then what if after rook takes a3, then rook takes a3. Queen e1 check. Queen f1 checkmate. Then let's go to the last variation. After rook takes a3, pawn takes rook. After pawn takes rook, the diagonal is open. The queen can capture the rook. The rook can block by rook b1. Black can move rook e1 check. Rook takes e1 or even queen f1, the same thing. Queen f1, rook takes f1, rook takes f1, queen takes f1 checkmate. Great job, Sir Vincent. Correct, rook takes a3. Again, removing the defender. Now, in this position, how can black take advantage of the white weak back rank? The rook at f3 is controlling the f1 together with queen at a6. Rook d6. Rook d6 is wrong because white can simply check to c8. After rook d8, queen takes d8 checkmate. That one is correct. Removing the defender, the rook at f8, f6, and queen at a6. Also, destroying the coordination of the queen and rook. Correct. This one, correct idea. Destroying the coordination of rook and queen, but not the correct move. Queen b7, the queen simply moved to f1. You cannot capture the rook because checkmate. If you are planning to pin the queen, let's say queen b3, there is bishop. After queen f1, white is okay. Or not queen b7. This one is the hint. Rook d6 is simply disturbing the coordination of rook and queen at f1, but not rook d6. because of the black weak back rank also. You cannot left the rook in the up 8th rank. Queen c6 correct. Queen c6 is destroying the coordination of the queen and rook at f1. If one of them capture the queen, now the f1 is out of control by white. After rook d1, rook f1, checkmate. Then if queen f1, after queen c6, queen takes f6. This one, black is simply exchange up. After bishop c4, black can capture the queen, change up, or also queen c6. But at this point, white is losing. Let's move to the next type of tactics. In the next type of tactics, we are talking about the two bishops. You know, in chess, two bishops is very important topic because the sum of bishop is more than the sum in terms, the 6 points, because two bishop more than 6 points, especially in the endgame. But if you add the value of two bishops, you can get 6. But the power of bishop, especially in the endgame, more than 6 points. Here, if you capture the knight, queen takes knight, then pawn takes queen, bishop h7, let's say king h8 or g7. If there is no knight at c3, you can simply discover check. E takes d6. The bishop discover check the king, and the pawn at d6 can capture the queen at c7. But there is knight at c3. Then if you move the knight at d5 or b5, the queen can escape. Queen b8. Therefore, the immediate queen takes h5 is not the best move. But the same idea. Therefore, before you play queen takes h5, you need to open the diagonal first. You need to move the knight first. After knight d5 or knight b5, the same thing, the black will capture the knight. Then queen takes h5. Good move. After queen takes h5, g takes h5. Otherwise, queen h7, checkmate. After g takes h5, bishop takes h7, check. King g7, e takes d6, discover check. After knight f6, d takes c7. This position gives white a dangerous pass pawn. Then the weak knight at f6, the knight is pinned. Also control along the d file. White has overwhelming advantage. Let's move to the next puzzle. How can white use his two bishops? In this position, white can destroy the black center by rook takes c6. After rook takes c6, if rook takes c6, queen takes d5. The rook at c6 is hanging. Also, the knight at d7. After king h8, bishop takes g7, king takes g7, queen takes c6. And white gets the 2 pawns in the center. White is 2 pawns up. This one is easy win for white. After rook takes c6, if queen takes, then bishop takes d5. Double attack the queen and the rook. The black can pin the bishop. After queen d6, bishop takes g7 first. Then king takes g7. Bishop takes rook is blunder because of hanging queen at d3. Also, bishop takes a8 is blunder because of hanging queen at d3. White first check the king. After queen c3, now the bishop is not pinned. The queen move out along the pin. After rook e5 or rook f6, white can capture now the bishop and leaves white 2 pawns up. Let's go to the next puzzle. This one, find the best move for white. This position is very famous in chess puzzle. This one, checkmate in 3 moves. White to play mate in 3 moves. The logical is rook takes d7, yes. What's next after rook takes d7? What if king c8? Rook takes d7 is correct. But what if king c8? Because knight takes d7, simply reply with queen takes d7, checkmate. Rook c7. If rook takes d7, king c8, rook c7, bishop takes c7. Correct, queen c6. After queen c6, black forced to capture the queen, which opens up a6 to c8 diagonal, checkmate. This one, nice checkmate. This puzzle is very famous in chess puzzles world. Very good, bishop a6 after queen c6. Rook takes d4. Rook takes d4 is interesting Rook takes d4 is interesting. Because after rook takes d4, c takes d4, queen takes d4. What happened is that the bishop at g7 becomes so strong. Also, there is checkmate threat at d1. Also, queen d3. There are a lot of threats. And black pieces are well coordinated and active. Then knight f2. If queen f1, black can simply regain the exchange by bishop b5. The rook is lost at e2. After bishop b5, black is 2 pawns up. Also, there is queen d3 check threat. After queen d3, queen takes rook. That's why after queen takes d4, the toughest defense is knight f2. After knight f2, queen b4, good move. What is the threat? Also queen c4, good move. The threat is rook d2. Again, this is the weakest point of white, the b2. This is the weakest point. And black is concentrating at pawn at b2. After b4, queen c4, rook he1, then rook c8. What is the threat? The threat is bishop c2, followed by queen b3. First of all, blockading the defense of rook at b2. The purpose of bishop c2 is to block the defense of rook at b2. Let's say white ignore the threat, bishop c2, then king a1. After king a1, queen b3. Bishop b2 also interesting, but the simplest queen b3, that is the best one. There are many threats. Queen a3 checkmate, queen b2 checkmate. Let's move to the next puzzle. Rook takes d4 is correct. Rook takes d4. Also, if we capture this one, checkmate at d1. Capture, checkmate. Rook d4, rook takes d4 is correct. Brilliant. Let's move to the next puzzle. The bishop at b3 is so strong, penetrating to the king. And white can clean up the diagonal by exchanging of pieces. Then, how can white clean up the diagonal? What should white do first? Find the best move for white. F takes e6. What if f takes e6? Oh, nice, Aaron. No problem. Thank you for watching us, Sir Aaron. You are welcome here. Anyone from Sabia, from India, from Egypt, all over the world. Anyone is welcome in our live stream. And here you can comment your answer in our chat box. Then if you have questions about the position or move, I can explain to you. Knight takes e6. Yes, correct. Again, white can clean up the diagonal by exchanging of some pieces. The bishop at b3 is so strong even. White is exchanged down. But the activity of white pieces compensate the exchange down. Capture, capture, knight takes. If queen takes, blunder because of pin, bishop d5. After knight takes e6, if rook takes f1, king takes f1. Then if knight takes e4, then queen takes e4. Queen takes d5. Queen takes d5, bishop takes d5. There are many hanging black pieces. The knight at e4 is hanging, also the rook at a8. Also, there is discover threat. Knight c7, knight c5. Discover check threat. At this point, white is winning. And white cannot avoid losing material. After king takes f1, king h8. Then queen takes d5. Queen b7. Black played queen b7. Queen takes, knight takes, bishop bishop d5. After bishop d5, if rook a6, bishop d4. A lot of threat. Then knight takes, g7 is decisive. Here white is totally winning. Very good. Very good, Aaron and Josh and Vincent. Let's move to the next puzzle. What is the best move for white here? We know that queen takes c1, black will reply rook takes e2, which is good for black. What should white do first? The bishop at c1 is hanging. Bishop c4. After bishop c4, the rook will check to d1. Then you move back. Therefore, not bishop c4. Bishop c4 is not the best move. Bishop f1. Bishop f1, that is this that is passive move, not bishop f1. Passive, you need to be active. Hello, good evening to Sir Jerry Coron. Thanks for watching our live stream. Bishop f3. Bishop f3 is correct. Bishop f3 attacking the rook at d5. More active than bishop f1. And the rook cannot check at d1 because of knight at f3. The other rook also cannot check to e1. There is bishop at c3. Now the bishop at c1 is hanging. Also the rook at d5. Then after rook c5, queen takes c1, knight d4, then queen d2. White is winning because of material advantage. Very good. A very good Aaron. And Josh, correct, bishop f3. Correct. Let's move to the next puzzle. Yes. Actually, I am new in live streaming, but my page is almost 3 years or more than 3 years. My page was started last 2019, November 2019. Queen takes h5. If queen takes h5, that one is normal. Normal queen takes h5. After queen takes h5, then g6. If queen h6, then f6. But this one looks good for white, but not the best continuation. Because there is forcing way to win here. And this one, very famous. If you are familiar with the former world champion Emanuel Lasker, you will remember his style. That's why there is Lasker attack. This one is this one called Lasker attack. Because a lot of his games sacrifice at h7. That's why the sacrifice at h7 called the Lasker attack or Lasker sacrifice. After king takes h7, queen takes h5, then force king g8. After king g8, bishop takes g7. What is the threat? Queen h8, checkmate. If king takes g7, queen g4 check first. Because if rook f3, wrong. After rook f3, then rook g8. The king can escape. After rook g3, the king can escape to f8. Even white gets the rook, the black king escape. That's why after king g7, queen g4 is important. The king cannot move to f6 because checkmate at g5. That's why the king must move to the h file, king h7. After king h7, rook f3. The threat is rook h3 checkmate. What is the best move for black? The best move for black is to play e5. The e5, the purpose of e5 is to play queen h6. After rook h3, queen h6, black king. Again, in chess, tempo is very important. Rook takes h6, king takes h6, then queen d7. And one of the bishop will be lost, either bishop at b7 or e7. At this point, white is totally winning. And the rest are forced. The rest are forced. From the start, bishop takes h7. Then the logical move is to capture because king h8, then queen takes knight, followed by bishop move, discover, check. This one, discover, check. That's why king takes h7 is forced. King takes h7, queen takes h5, check, king h8 force, then king takes g7. Black response is force. If f6, after f6 then, even rook first, rook f3, followed by rook g3. Because if capture, checkmate. Then if queen, even queen h8 or queen h6, no problem. Now after bishop takes g7, then force, then queen g4. Black response is force, king h7. After rook f3, what is the black response? Force. That's why easy to calculate. Then rook h3, queen h6, capture. Then king takes, queen d7. Let's move to the next puzzle. The same idea, Lasker attack. Bishop takes h7 is popularized by world champion Emanuel Lasker. Thank you for our 8 loyal viewers as of now. Is bishop takes h7 correct or no? Very good, John Ray. This one is similar to the previous puzzle. Again, bishop takes h7 is correct. Then after king takes h7, queen h5 correct. After queen h5, then king g8 force. Bishop takes g7, king takes, then rook g4 check. King f6, queen g5 checkmate. After bishop g7, what if f5? After f5, white will play bishop e5. What is the threat? The threat is queen e6 checkmate. How can black defend queen g6 checkmate? Either bishop f6 or rook f6. After rook f6, rook h4. Good move. What is the threat with rook h4? Queen h8, then king f7. After king f7, rook h7, king g6, then queen g7 checkmate. Let's say king f8, queen h8, king f7, rook h7, king g6, queen g7 checkmate. Bishop takes h7 is correct. This idea was popularized by the former world champion Emanuel Lasker. Let's move to the next puzzle. Is bishop takes h7 correct or no? Oh, great job, John Ray. Maybe this is the last puzzle. After this, we can end our live stream. Then see you again tomorrow. But here the question is bishop takes h7 correct or no? Here bishop takes h7 is correct. After king takes h7, queen h5 check. Then force king g8. Bishop takes g7. The threat is queen h8 checkmate. After king takes g7, queen g5, good move. Or rook g3. Or rook g3 much better. Then king f6, queen g5 checkmate. After king takes h7, queen h5 check, king g8, bishop takes g7. If f6, brilliant move. Bishop takes f6 because the black king is exposed. If rook takes e3, removing the white active piece, there is queen g6 checkmate. If rook takes f6, then rook g3, good move, check. King f8, queen h8, king f7 force, queen g7 checkmate, or rook g7, the same thing. Maybe we can end here. By the way, thank you for watching our live stream, answering the chess puzzles. Tomorrow, we will do chess puzzles again. Bye. Bye to everyone. Have a great day. See you again tomorrow. Bye.